Hey YouTube, well, it's tragic what's going on in southeast Texas. There's no question about that. I've been watching it all day and I've been pretty annoyed by the whole situation because it doesn't seem like that there's any end to it according to the prognosis, the forecast of the weather. It's still gonna drop maybe another 50 inches. So it got me very agitated, and it got me on looking for an old video I had on my channel regarding Hurricane Sandy, which was clearly a man-made storm coming out of nothing. I can't find that video because it was on a channel that YouTube decided to terminate on me because of a copyright issue. So I couldn't find it. It's nowhere on YouTube to find anywhere. Maybe someone copied it and put it on their channel, but I couldn't find it. But nevertheless, we're sitting here and looking at some images, which is the same type of images from CMSS, or CIMSS, and they're clearly showing TTA or HAARP influence in this case. And I will start here, but it was just the introduction. I'm still furious about what's going on, but let's see here. Here it comes in over the Caribbean, this tropical storm, right? Nice and easy. 2 cells, 1 cell, and now it builds up again and then fizzles out again. Now it's completely dead, right? And now you see a line show up, and then it flares up again, and then it kind of dies out again. Now we're approaching the Yucatan Peninsula, and there you see again a line showing up. Now you see a line on the backside showing up, pushing it, and now it dies out again on the Yucatan Peninsula. Pretty dead, okay? Now watch what's going on. Line again, and all of a sudden, whoopty! Out of nowhere, we got rotation. There's absolutely nothing there, except we see the lines guiding it, heating it up, making it do its path. Now you see on the right side of it, there, a line, now a straight line, and now it pushes towards, and now you see over there on the right side again, there was a straight line. And now it's going in, and then you see underneath on the southeast side, there's a line again, straight line. This is a rotating system. A system like this do not create straight lines. It is a rotation, but we see straight line flanking this system. And now it goes back to again to reset, and you follow its path. It's pretty severe right there, right? It's over the ocean. And the ocean temperature in order to produce a hurricane has to be 78.8 Fahrenheit or 26 Celsius. The storm is dying, and now it's being fed again. See the bar coming in over there, going up northeast, and the system dies again. Now it's being fed a little again, and now we're approaching Yucatan Peninsula. It dies out again. Look at the backside. There. And now, out of nowhere, literally out of nowhere, we get a, right there in the center, we get a heat source. And then, voila. It just begins to rotate. That's impossible. And now it's being flanked there, pressed in towards Galveston, and now again flanked again on the right side, and now again on the underneath on the southeast part of it, you see it's being flanked there, straight line, and now you see how it's moving and staying in the same position. You can see, or you've even seen that on the news, I believe, on the weather forecast, that they're showing the hurricanes, or now tropical storms, path over the next couple of days. So it seems like the media is already informed on what the heck is going on here, because how can they predict its path? It's already dying. Now see here again, flanked. There's a bar going through, feeding the system, and it fizzles out. Approaching Yucatan Peninsula, is flanked again, it's flaring up, flanked again from the backside, pushing it. They have a system they are working with. There's nothing. It dies. Now it's flanked again, passing Yucatan Peninsula into the Gulf, and voila, out of nowhere it starts rotating. And look at that on the back side of it. Look, there, straight line from the back side. It's coming again. There, pushing it. You see it? And now it goes up and is flanked again, pushing it inwards. And now look at what happens when it landfall there. Flanked again, straight line, diagonal straight line. And now see how it's moving around inside there. It's being pushed from side to side to make sure it stays in Texas and as close to the coastline as possible, because if you are close to the coastline you have water vapor to work with. And again, in order to produce a storm, a hurricane, a cyclone, a typhoon as they also called, you have to have a water temperature of at least 78.8 Fahrenheit or 26 Celsius degrees, whereas it can't be done. And what I learned in school was that hurricanes start over on the west coast of Africa, moving over the Atlantic, and then depending on the high pressure and low pressure, how they're positioned to each other, it depends on it gives the course if it goes into the Gulf of Mexico, or it swerve off and then proceed further into the Atlantic Ocean, going northeast, and pretty much just dying, because now it comes up to colder water, and when a hurricane comes into colder water it will simply die, because there's nothing to feed it anymore. There's no water vapor enough, hot enough to keep accumulating to drive this system. It's a self-driving system as long as the temperature is those 78.8 Fahrenheit. But let's have a look at it again, because it's pretty alarming to watch this. It's not as profound as Hurricane Sandy was, where you saw there was a red bar directly fueling it. But here they got, and that's what I learned about chemtrails, and that is that in order for them to make these systems, these horrendous weather systems that we have seen, such as Joplin, Missouri, they need to work with what they have. And in this case, they do have something here, right? And they're trying to keep it alive, to make sure that the clouds are still there. And there's a lot of accumulation of clouds. And then it approaches again here on Yucatan Peninsula, flanked again. And now we're going backwards a little. Now watch that. It's completely dead. There's nothing there. It's gone. And now, right there in the middle of the screen, look at that little dot showing up. And voila! There. And rotation is beginning. And you see the lines, the straight lines, coming from the southeast part, flanking it, feeding it. There again, flanking it. You see the straight line on the right side of it, and there again, straight line. Another straight line coming up now on the bottom. Look at that, right there, coming up. Boom, straight line. Now straight line up on the northeast part. Look at that. There. Pushing it back again so it doesn't disappear, but maintaining its course or maintaining its position to create as much devastation as possible. Now watch again. It's going in, coming through the Caribbeans, and you can see it is a pretty heavy system, but it's dying. It doesn't have the properties in order to maintain itself, but it's being fed. You see that right there? It's being fed. They have a HAARP installation at the Caribbeans. I think it's Haiti actually. They got that one. Look at that, going towards Yucatan. It goes in our land, and that's where it dies. That's where all storms dies. These tropical storms, they die when they hit landfall, and you clearly see that. And now it's dead. There's nothing. And voila, out of nowhere, you saw up there in the due north, there was a bar, a straight line. I'm gonna run it again, just to make sure you understand. There's a straight line down there in the southeast. Now look again, there on the west, or east, northeast. There again, southeast or east. And now on the bottom there, on the southeast part, there, straight line, doof. And now go up on the northeast, watch it. Watch it. There, straight line. Flanking it, keeping in its position. Okay. Last one, we run it again. There it comes. Passing through the Caribbean, right? Pretty heavy system, but it dies out. You see that? Pew! And then it flares up again. And it kind of dies out again. Now it's pretty much dissolved. There's nothing. There. Boo! Input. Keep the system alive. Let's work with what we have. Don't do too much. Just give it a little. Give it a little. Just give a little fuel. And there again, it gave you a little fuel. There again, fuel coming in. Peninsula, Yucatan. The system completely fall apart. There's nothing. But still, see that? It's being fed right there. Nice and easy. Look at that. Look at that. And doop. We got rotation. Now watch its path through the Gulf. Look there. You see it? Right there. On the northeast part. Straight line. Now watch the southeast part. Straight line. Look at that. There. It comes up. Straight line is built. Right there. Boom. Now look at the northeast line. There. You see it? Do we got a time for a little more? I hope so. But you see it's being flanked. It's very clear. It dies. Boop. Nothing left actually. And it flares up again because you saw that line. It came fueling it. There. Now watch it. Now it comes over to the Yucatan. There it's flanked again. Flanked again. Keep the system a little, keep the moisture there. Now it dies out. So it seems. Nothing there. And all of a sudden, you got a hot spot. Right there. And now it flares up. Boom. There. You see it? And then rotation begins. You see it's being flanked. Look at the straight lines that it's building. There. Straight line. You see it? Straight line again. Look at the southeast. Straight line coming up there. Look how it's flanked. There. It's not possible. No. Northeast. Flanked again. There. So this is a man-made storm. There's no question about it, people. I'm sorry, but that's my verdict. God bless you. and God bless the people in Texas. Down. Pray for them.